Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. Alright, 49ers fans, buckle up because there's a lot to unpack here. The San Francisco 49ers, as many of you know, have been quietly plotting their next move during this offseason, and it looks like they might have one more big move in store. Now, if we look at their current roster and salary cap situation, it's pretty intriguing. The 49ers are sitting pretty with the third most salary cap space in the entire NFL. That's not just a small detail, it's a major advantage, especially when you consider the team's ambitions and the potential to make a significant addition to their roster before the start of the season. Think about it. With such cap space, the 49ers can be aggressive in free agency, especially when it comes to filling some critical gaps. And right now, one of those gaps is at safety. Just recently, on Saturday, the team made a notable move, releasing veteran safety George Odom after placing him on the non-football injury list. Now, Odom was a solid player, but his departure opens up a spot on the roster that the 49ers are definitely looking to fill. And here's where it gets really interesting. Because, folks, there's a game-changing free agent still out there, Justin Simmons, a four-time second-team All-Pro safety who's currently a free agent and eager to join a contender. This isn't just any safety. Simmons has proven himself over the years as one of the most reliable and talented players at his position. According to Bleacher Report, he's still among the top free agents available. You see, Simmons is a two-time Pro Bowler, and he spent most of his career in Denver, where he was a cornerstone of their secondary. Last season, he played in Atlanta and continued to impress. In 16 starts, he totaled 62 tackles, defended 7 passes, and allowed an opposing passer rating of just 81.9. That's pretty impressive for a safety, and it shows his consistency and ability to perform at a high level under pressure. Now, what makes Simmons even more appealing for the 49ers is his desire to land with a team that's got playoff aspirations. According to Christopher Knox from Bleacher Report, Simmons is probably going to sign with a team that's heading to the postseason, and that's exactly where San Francisco comes in. The 49ers are not just a good team, they're a team with Super Bowl aspirations, a team that's always in the mix, always fighting for that Lombardi trophy. Pairing Simmons with their young, promising safety Jigger Brown and a developing duo like Jason Pinnock could elevate their secondary to elite status. But let's be honest, without Simmons, the safety position looks a little thin. Last season, the projected starters for Week 1 might be Brown and Pinnock, but that's not exactly the dream scenario for a team that wants to contend for the title. Malik Mustafa is expected to return early in the season after recovering from a torn ACL, and he's a promising young safety, no doubt. But he's still coming back from a serious injury, and relying solely on him might be risky. Bringing in Simmons, a veteran with playoff experience and a proven track record, would be a power move, one that could solidify their secondary and give them a real advantage in the toughest matchups. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this really feasible? Can the 49ers afford Simmons? Well, considering their cap situation, it's not just feasible, it's smart. They have the financial flexibility to make a move like this, and with Simmons probably not signing for a bargain, it's a calculated gamble that could pay huge dividends. Think about it, adding Simmons would instantly make the 49ers secondary one of the best in the league. His coverage skills, leadership, and ability to make plays in crucial moments would be invaluable, especially in the playoffs. And it's not just about filling a roster spot. It's about sending a message to the division, to the league, that the 49ers are serious about chasing another Super Bowl. The NFC West is highly competitive, with teams like the Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals all looking to improve and challenge for supremacy. The 49ers, under the leadership of head coach Kyle Shanahan, have built a team that's always in the mix, but they know that to take the next step, they need to fine-tune every position, especially in the secondary, which has been a point of concern at times in recent seasons. Think back to the 2022-2023 season. The 49ers' defense was stellar overall, but against the best quarterbacks and in high-stakes playoff games, their secondary occasionally struggled. The addition of a player like Simmons could be the difference maker in those tight situations, providing not just skill but also veteran leadership and stability. This team has the talent on offense, with Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, and Deebo Samuel, but defense wins championships, and that's where Simmons could really shine. Now, let's talk a little about the team's recent history and what this move could mean in context. Over the past few seasons, the 49ers have been knocking on the door of greatness. They reached the NFC Championship game in the 2021 season, fell just short of the Super Bowl in 2022, and last year, they were again a top contender in the NFC. The key has always been consistency on both sides of the ball, and the secondary has been a focus of improvement. They've drafted talented young players, but adding a proven veteran like Simmons could give them that extra edge, that seasoned presence that can make all the difference in close games. Furthermore, the 49ers have shown a willingness to be aggressive in free agency and trades. Remember the deal for Christian McCaffrey last season? That was a bold move, and it paid off in a big way, transforming their offense into one of the most dynamic in the league. So, it's not far-fetched to imagine them making a splash to bring in Simmons if the opportunity presents itself. Given their cap space, they could structure a deal that works for both sides, especially if Simmons is eager to join a team with Super Bowl aspirations. And let's not forget about the coaching staff. Kyle Shanahan is one of the best offensive minds in the league, but he also understands the importance of a stout defense. Adding a player like Simmons would align perfectly with his philosophy of building a team that can adapt and dominate on both sides of the ball. His familiarity with a versatile safety who can cover, tackle, and make plays in the secondary would be a huge asset in their defensive schemes. Now, I want to touch on the broader picture. This move, if it happens, could set a precedent in the NFL. It sends a clear message that the 49ers are serious about contending and willing to make bold moves to get there. It also could create a ripple effect across the league, with other teams looking to make similar moves to acquire proven veterans who can make an immediate impact. The NFL is a league of inches, and in the playoffs, every detail counts. Having a safety like Simmons could be the difference between an early exit and a trip to the Super Bowl. And for us fans, it's exciting to think about the possibilities. The 49ers have always been a team that values grit, resilience, and smart decision-making. Adding a player of Simmons' caliber would be a testament to their ambition and their focus on building a championship-caliber roster. It's the kind of move that energizes the fanbase, ignites hope, and keeps us dreaming of that ultimate goal, the Lombardi Trophy. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the next few weeks are going to be crucial. Free agency, training camp, preseason. Every step will give us clues about whether the 49ers are indeed going to make this bold move. The NFL offseason is a time of strategic chess matches, and the 49ers have shown they're not afraid to play aggressively when it counts. Bringing in Simmons would be a statement, an indication that they're all in on another Super Bowl run, that they're willing to invest in their defense, and that they see a real opportunity to capitalize on their current roster. Of course, there are questions. Will the price be right? Will Simmons be interested in joining a team that's already stacked but still has some room to improve? Will the 49ers be willing to go a little over their usual budget to secure this kind of talent? Those are questions only time will answer, but the signs are promising. The cap space is there, the need is clear, and the team's focus on winning is unwavering. On the other hand, it's also worth considering what this move could mean for their draft strategy. If Simmons comes aboard, the 49ers might shift their focus in the upcoming draft, perhaps targeting players who can complement that secondary or bolster other areas of need. The offseason is all about building depth, creating competition, and preparing for the long grind of the NFL season. Adding a veteran like Simmons could also serve as a mentorship for the younger safeties, helping develop their skills and leadership. And let's not forget the fans' perspective. We've been spoiled in recent years by the team's success, but there's always that hunger for more. A move like this would energize the fanbase, reignite the passion, and remind everyone that the 49ers are a team that's always aiming higher. It's about setting the tone for the upcoming season, showing the league and division rivals that they're not just content to compete, they're here to dominate. In summary, the San Francisco 49ers are in a prime position to make a significant splash this offseason. With their impressive salary cap space, a potential opening at safety, and a top-tier free agent like Justin Simmons still available, the pieces are aligning for a possible game-changing move. Whether it happens or not, one thing is clear. The 49ers are always thinking ahead, always strategizing, and always pushing to be at the top of the NFL mountain. That's what makes them such a fascinating team to watch, and that's what keeps us all hopeful for another deep playoff run and ultimately another shot at the Super Bowl. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe Simmons is the missing piece for the secondary? Would you be willing to see the team go all in for a player like him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. This offseason is just getting started, and I promise you there's plenty more excitement to come. Thanks for being here, and as always, go Niners.